Today we are doing the fourth video in the Soul Contract series, and if you missed the last three videos, we talked about the power numbers in the Soul Contract system, the boundary numbers, and the outsider numbers in the Soul Contract. And today we're going to be talking about my favorite, which is the sensitive numbers in the Soul Contract system. And if you're new here, my name is Antonia, and I love to work with people to help them uncover new levels of self-awareness. And I do this through soul contract readings and emotional healing so they can gain a more compassionate relationship with themselves and feel more confident and at home in who they are. So that's me, and we're just going to dive straight on in to the sensitive numbers in the Soul Contract series. So I've got a lot of these in my chart, not all of them, but this is why I'm so familiar with them. And I tend to work with a lot of quite soft, gentle, and sensitive people in the work that I do with clients. So the first number I'm going to talk about is the eights. Now, I've talked about the eights a ton on my channel, and I've written about them a lot, and I'll put some links below. But the eights are a very high frequency energy that is coming down to earth in order to relate to the density of the 3D earth plane. And what that means is they are coming here to establish an emotional relationship with themselves, with the world, and with the people around them, which can feel really challenging because they are very, very sensitive. So they can really feel what other people are feeling. And it almost creates a little bit of a problem because they can become the peacemakers. So the eights tend to feel if someone walks into a room, a parent or a sibling, and they feel their anger or their distress or their fear, they will automatically want to go and comfort them and try and alleviate them of that feeling because they can feel it so deeply. But they're not really here to do that. No one is. We're not here to take away the pain and suffering of other people. We do our best to support them, but it's not our job. And this is one of the biggest challenges when we're very sensitive, is because we can pick up on other people's stuff so easily, we want to rush in and we want to fix it. We want to heal and we want to save them. And this is just a gentle reminder that we also need to take care of ourselves. And when our glass is empty, we have nothing left to give. And I talk a lot about that lovely balance between giving and receiving and feeling worthy to receive as well as give. So if you have those sensitive eights, you're really here to tune out the noise of the outside world and tune in to the noise of your inner world. And when I say noise, I really mean how you're really feeling on the inside, because it's a very big challenge with the eights to just come home to yourself emotionally. And I'll put the links to a few more videos below. The second sensitive number I want to talk about is the 3. And it's not so much a sensitive in terms of feeling other people's stuff, it's more of a shy energy. And 3s are here to develop self-worth, or remember it, I would say, and develop self-esteem and confidence, a healthy foundation of all 3. And often 3s are here to come out of hiding, come out of shyness, and learn their worth and bring all the lovely gifts and talents they have within out into the world and share them. It's a very big teaching energy. It's actually my soul destiny. I have a 12-3. So the 3s can be quite shy, and this can come across as this sensitivity to the outside world feeling a bit loud, a bit scary, because the 3s want to hide away. They want to tuck in. They don't want to come out. And they're really here to come out of hiding. So it's a slightly different form of sensitivity, a bit more like a shyness. And very similar to that is the 7 energy. And the 7s, it's not so much a shyness, it's actually a fear of being seen. And they might come across as the life and soul of the party. They might come across as being really confident in who they are and what they do. And to an extent, they can truly embody that confidence. But when the 7s are in a very karmic position, they're often wearing a mask to hide how they're really feeling on the inside, because there is a fear of being seen, a fear of being vulnerable, and a fear of not being safe to reveal who they truly are. And it's a very, very deeply under the surface of our consciousness thing. And I've got lots of sevens, so I really get this one too. And so the sevens are not so much a sensitive number, but they are very sensitive to the people around them and their surroundings and always staying safe wherever they are moving. And that can come across as a little bit controlling. It can be a little bit manipulative as well. But ultimately, I wanted to include sevens in here because, like the threes, they can tend to hide. But rather than hide from the world, they hide who they really are. And so they're here to develop that real integration into one version of themselves so they can feel really safe to be seen. And as I said, they might come across as really strong, really confident, really, oh, I'm here and I'm owning this. But underneath, they can be very, very shy and sensitive because that is who they truly are. And then the last number, which is, I would say, the most sensitive out of all of them, is the 11-2, or you might just have the 2 energy, like a 2-2, 22-2. Oh no, that's a 22-4, a 22, can't count. But the 11-2 energy is very beautiful, and I'm surrounded by friends and family. I think both my parents have it, the 11-2 energy. And this can carry a little undercurrent of trauma, this number. And this is what makes the 11-2 energy so sensitive. So often when an 11-2 shows up in your chart, you are here to really know that you can do it yourself. You're here to build your core values and you're here to build something within yourself and within the world. And depending on where it is in your chart, it has a slightly different meaning. But ultimately, the 11-2s can also become the emotional processing units, the EPUs of the family. And they're really here to help the family line, ancestral, parental, whatever it is, clear whatever it is that's been continuing in that family dynamic. And that can be quite a big challenge. And so the 11-2s, especially in a karmic position, may experience a little bit of trauma, especially in childhood. And I say a little, but it could be a lot. And they're here to heal the damage to that sensitive nervous system, so they can feel safe in their bodies, in their soul, in their mind, and ground back into the bodies. Because the 11-2 energy can be very up and down, it's very bouncy, very high, very low, and they're here to find balance. But often a sense of balance comes from working with the nervous system and all parts of the body that trauma and childhood experiences may have impacted in a negative way. So with sensitivity, and I'll put an article about this below, it is a superpower. It is this ability to feel deeply within and deeply on an external level. It's never a negative thing, but we're always here to find balance with our sensitivity so it doesn't overwhelm us, so the world doesn't overwhelm us, so other people don't overwhelm us, and so we don't overwhelm ourselves from overthinking or not being grounded. So with all sensitive energies, we're always here to find that balance and come into a deep place of grounding. And I think that's all I've got today on those sensitive energies. And of course, all the other numbers in the soul contract system can relate to sensitivity, but these are the ones that really jump out to me the most. So stay tuned. I'm going to post another episode next week in this series. I don't know what it's going to be on yet, but subscribe, stay in touch to find out. And until next time, I wish you a very beautiful rest of your day.